Floyd outdoing him. He always doing his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting.
I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bruh. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis.
Gervonta Davis lashed out at Floyd Mayweather after learning he trained Lamont Roach. Davis claimed Floyd always sets him up to fail. The impact of Mayweather's coaching is evident. Roach now showcases slick footwork, lands sharp combinations, and defends smartly, proving he's serious and prepared for battle.
Yo, musician. I see that. Help me. I know what something going to do. I go to that place for a reason. Who's the girl going? Who's the girl?
Since the start of his career, Gervonta Davis has faced manipulation and favoritism under Floyd Mayweather. What seemed like guidance slowly became control. Many insiders observed how Floyd placed Davis in positions that stifled his freedom. Rather than letting Davis craft his legacy, Floyd tried shaping him while keeping him hidden.
Adrian had the weigh-in. So from the weigh-in, from his weigh-in, they meet us at the food spot. So from there, we go to the gym. So remind you, they already got this set up. Floyd already got it set up. He already posted on Instagram. It probably was like 100 people in there, and he turned the heat up. That's what Floyd do. He turned the heat up in the gym while you're in there. So he turned the heat up. Boom. We spar, but while we sparring, Floyd is in the ring. Like every time I'm punching, Floyd like grab my hand, like yank it back. Where so I can't even punch Devin. So it was times that like I catch Devin, boom, or I'm about to swing and Floyd like yank my hand back, or he'll push me to the ropes. Like he was actually like touching me while we were sparring. Like why? He was, because it was like Devin was his guy, because Devin was training at his gym at the time. So, and he was training with his father. So. Devin was on. Floyd was on Devin's side.
Sounds
so
like
that's
a conspiracy to me.
Yeah, but later down the line, probably about like a couple months. No, this was recently. Not recently, but probably like 2 years ago. I asked Devin to like come to like spar me. He was like, "No, I ain't no sparring partner." I had somebody hit him up that was close.
Davis shared that during sparring with Devin Haney, Mayweather constantly interrupted at key points. Every time Davis started landing clean punches or gained momentum, Floyd would stop it. This made it feel like Haney was favored. Davis felt stifled, even in training sessions meant for improvement, leaving him frustrated and disheartened.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather Promotions. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Over the years, Davis saw his relationship with Floyd shift from mentorship to manipulation. He realized Mayweather inserted himself into every key decision, keeping the upper hand. Whether it involved opponents or media moves, Floyd's strategy seemed built around control, not empowerment. That awareness bred growing distrust and emotional distance between them.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. say Terrence Crawford should fight. It's gonna be there. It don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Is there like a last question? Is there like a love hate fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Davis hasn't minced words when criticizing Floyd's reluctance to celebrate others. He feels Mayweather's ego stops him from supporting others' success. Davis believes this attitude is why Floyd avoided supporting a Roach rematch. Instead of considering Davis's career, Floyd seemed more worried about losing his spotlight to a rising protege.
You know, so I don't want Tank to necessarily leave Mayweather. I think he's in this position because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard LB have done for him. So I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your career. Say that you want Shakur and actually fight Shakur. Say that you want Devin and actually fight Devin. You know, fight these guys. Don't keep making new names. Like, you gave Barrios a chance. You gave Isaac a chance. Like, you know, Gamboa, like, those aren't the fights that we want.
The fallout between Davis and Mayweather Promotions wasn't quiet or respectful. It was dramatic and chaotic. Public spats, shady remarks, and clashes over control dominated the news. Davis sought independence and honesty, but Floyd hesitated. Their split revealed deep-rooted problems, proving the relationship was toxic long before it ended officially.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own boss.
Tension had been brewing for years. Disputes over opponents, differing views on training, and personal friction. Mayweather often challenged Davis's calls, like the Roach rematch. Still, Davis's fierce preparation shocked many, even Floyd. He knows the pressure. Losing again would damage his brand and reputation more than the previous defeat.
So the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch is being targeted for June 21st in Las Vegas. Now, it's good that they're running it back without wasting any time because Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. I mean, I thought he outboxed Tank the last time around. He came up a division as a gigantic 10-1 underdog, and he was the one on the front foot, you know, landing his jab, the body shots, the combinations, throwing a lot more volume. You know, I had a 7-5 Roach, and the no knockdown in round 9 was the reason it was a draw. If that knockdown was scored, that would have been a decision for Roach. But with all that being said, I do like Tank a lot more in the rematch. I thought he fought way too much on the back foot in the first fight, especially the first few rounds. He would land 1 or 2 punches per round, but as he started becoming the aggressor in the later rounds, he kept landing a lot more left hands and body shots. You know, so Tank just needs to make this a dogfight, get into more exchanges, and that's where he'll land a lot more punches on Roach. When he's sitting on the back foot waiting for a counter, that's where Roach is comfortable and winning most of the rounds. So if Tank can fight the same way he did against Ryan Garcia, you know, rounds 3 to 7, against Mario Barrios in the later rounds, or Frank Martin rounds 4 to 8, if he's the one on the front foot, then I do think he'll stop Roach in the rematch.
Excitement around the rematch is at a peak. Fans and experts are curious how each fighter will respond this time. Their first battle left unanswered questions. With Las Vegas likely to host the event, the buzz is electric. This fight could finally settle their rivalry and define their legacy in boxing.
You got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? That is it. Lamont, please say that in the second fight. Any questions? You got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? Like, don't, hey, you got any grease in your hair tonight, Tank? Like, hey, bro, be on that. Because here's the thing. He never hurt Roach. Roach just waited. And Roach was squared up and turned sideways. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't think he had that. He was like, I'm like, oh my. And then he just sitting there like, you can't. I know what you're going to do because I've trained with you since we were kids. Tarver beat Roy, but he knew Roy since amateurs. Roy said he never liked fighting sparring partner because they know you so well. I should have listened to Roy.
In their first bout, Roach stunned fans by testing Davis to the brink. It wasn't just competitive, it was eye-opening. Roach found holes in Davis's defense, raising concerns about whether Davis is still improving or fading. This rematch now serves as a trial. Davis must dominate and Roach could ascend.
Shout out to my man Lamont.
All right, so you sparred Lamont Roach in preparation for his bout with Gervonta Davis. First, what did you think of the fight?
What did I think of the fight? It's a little different for me because it's definitely a point of bias there.
Wait, let me put out a disclaimer. He's from Baltimore.
Definitely, I mean, East Baltimore all day, but I'm looking at it from a point of bias because his dad, you know, Ben Johnson Sr. and all them guys that was down there, the coaches Tim and everything like that, they all good people. So I got to know them on a more personal level. And then I get to see like how hard a world champion works. And not only that, to see how he treated his people. So I was going for him just off of personality alone, but everything else, he made me believe in Kent for real. Cause me and him, like have similar personalities. Not me as far as the ring, you know what I mean? So everything we was ready for, like talking shit and everything like that, cause that was coming from me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Lamont. So everything was just everything for real. I think he should have won too, you know what I'm saying? But actually when I was there, I thought they actually was gonna like rob, you know what I mean? But you can't, you know what I mean? You can't deceive the people that's there for what they saying for real.
So you felt like he should have got the nod in the decision.
Especially with all the other controversy too. It should have been overturned, but we know how boxing works, but I mean, we running it back for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
Did that teach you a
Team Davis has acknowledged Roach's challenge. His coach has openly praised Roach's boxing IQ and toughness. Still, their belief hasn't wavered. Davis only needs minor adjustments for a clearer win. They think the close result was from execution errors, not ability. This time, they plan to secure a dominant win.
Surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity. You know?
What's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, you know, everybody thought the little one. We just got to turn, you know, hit the gears a little harder. You know, we ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, you know? Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory, you know?
This time around being in Florida, do you feel like it's a mutual zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily. A stoppage is good, but not necessarily. You just got to.
Teofimo Lopez says Davis went through a lonely period post-fight. The boxing world distanced itself, especially as backlash grew. Those who once hailed him started doubting his talent. That change hit hard. It exposed how quickly the sport's community turns when a fighter's outcomes don't align with expectations or hype.
I know a lot of people, look what they did with Gervonta too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Gervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm gonna talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you're winning, they're gonna be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw. Look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but you know, it's a part of our psychology. We have to learn how to care about other people. You know what I mean?
Davis admitted he was drained during the first match, mentally and physically. He lacked focus and his health was declining. He even thought about therapy or quitting boxing. Fighting in that state added unseen pressure. This rematch lets him return clear-minded, emotionally stable, and ready to perform at his full potential.
He wants to do therapy. He wants to do real estate. They want to say he wasn't all in because him and Roach are friends and he's going to be focused for the second fight. A lot of excuses. They want to say it's because of the braids, you know, the oil getting in his eye. Whatever. This is what really happened. And I just now came to this conclusion because I've been making some other videos for Patreon, but Lamont Roach posted a video recently on...
Roach entered their first meeting with a calculated strategy. He took advantage of Davis's slow timing and weak conditioning in later rounds. Those weren't random flaws, they were targets. Roach's success exposed serious questions about Davis's stamina. Now, this second bout will prove whether Davis made meaningful improvements or not.
I don't know if Lamont Roach exposed weaknesses of Tank Davis. It very much reminds me of Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. What Roach did, Rolly was doing the same thing. He ended up implementing it better against Ryan Garcia. Tank was having huge issues, and that's the Black Two Sugars. Watch me call that fight. I started laughing. I couldn't believe it because all he was patient with good power. All Roach was patient. He stayed focused. That's why him drinking and partying and shit is messing with me, because he beat him here. He stayed so damn focused, and he knew when Tank was going to punch. He knew when not to punch, and when he countered Tank, he rocked Tank. Tank got rocked at least twice that fight.
Some boxing commentators believe Davis's fall wasn't entirely Roach's doing. Slippery grease, not a clean punch, hurt Davis's balance and vision. That moment swayed fans toward Roach, but insiders say it wasn't clear-cut. With that knowledge, Davis is now training harder, aiming to return sharper, focused, and ready to dominate clearly.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean, like basically like we seen it, like yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like I'm taking him to get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned until next time.